that sort of thing. But have you ever had a bad heckle on stage?
No, I never had a bad heckle. Like I say, the only thing is about that Millwall stuff. That's probably the only thing that I can actually say now. But every time I've sort of done one, I've always had really good reception in a sense. So been really lucky. But probably not done enough to tell you. More down the line, I will have a bad day. Yeah. You just got to. It's just you just got to have it, and you got to have a bad time. It doesn't mean anything reflecting on you. No. There's a stand-up guy. I went and did a gig in Chelmsford, and he was late. Well, not late. You sort of get there early and you watch other acts, and he was the last on, sort of thing. And he's been doing it years. And he turned up sort of when he was about to go on, like just proving. He sort of asked, he went, "How's the crowd? Everyone all right?" And he went, "Yeah." And he went, "Oh yeah." And he had something to eat. I went, "The bloke's having something to eat. I'd be in it." Like I don't know how he's eating. Like he had a full-on pie and mash. Like he was sitting because I did it at the pie and mash.
Bit heavy.
Yeah, and he was sitting there just like, I was thinking, this bloke's like really chilled. And I sort of said, "Oh, you're all right getting on?" He said, "Yeah, I'm at that stage now. If they don't laugh, it's not me, it's them." And he had this massive self-confidence. You think, but he's been doing it so long, that will come. You've just got to keep applying yourself and do it. And there's no reason why you shouldn't get to that. You might always have an anxious vibe towards things, but then that might be just how you are. So there's no point stressing about it. Use it to your advantage if you can.
I think it gives you a little bit of a strength though when you do have that sort of anxious nervousness feel. Yeah, because your adrenaline's
care about I think you care about how you come across. You don't want to fail. You're not there just to sort of just get up on stage and do. You want to really. Well, I do. I really want it to be like that was brilliant. Like not just be up there and just be a clown. And sort of go, God, that was really funny what you said. I used to have the thoughts of that, and it's just I want it to be a good performance. So that's probably I probably might always be anxious because I want it to come across right and be seen right, if you know what I mean. Yeah,
I think if you always care about whatever you do in whatever artistic, like even sports and stuff, if you care about it, you get the the feeling in the stomach and whatever.
Performance anxiety is a thing, isn't it? So I don't think you just got to learn to live with it.
I see it as you're hulking up a little bit. You know what I mean? Your adrenaline's making you go, right, I'm ready now. You know what I mean? We touched on it a little bit earlier about TikTok and socials and things like that. I mean, it seems like, it's funny, like looking at your following, there's a big following, especially on TikTok, and Instagram and stuff like that. Yeah. I mean, it seems to me like, you're totally right. You don't want to box yourself into that. No. That TikTok vibe, so to speak.
Yeah, because we're yet to see anyone break out of that yet. Yeah. So it's sort of like, there could be something in that.
How important is it though to have the socials? Do you think?
What for you? Yeah,
just for whatever you do, like you personally, like I suppose, would you have got to the place that you are now, potentially looking at other stuff in the pipeline without those socials?
No, massively. Yeah, probably, exactly. The socials have been a massive thing. You can't deny that. But it's you don't want it to be just everything though. You sort of like the socials have been a massive thing of sort of finding out what I'm quite like. It's actually worked. It's quite good. Or I never, I did drama at school, but I didn't realise how much I did actually like filming myself. So you find out more about yourself in a way. Yeah. But like without having all the stuff online, I never would have found an agent. I never got approached from stand-up gigs. I actually got stand-up gigs on the back of my actual videos and stuff. Oh, wicked. So I think it has been massive. But like you say, you don't want to. You see people as fast as they grow, I think, on social media, the faster they'll come down as well, I think. So it has only got a ceiling, I believe, because it is so crowded. Yeah. You'll be totally replaced. Someone else will do exactly what you're doing again, because people do copy material. And I've never really got into that, because anyone that's starting up, a new creator, will do something that someone's already done because it's proven likes and comments. It's proven that it works. So people will just take it on board and maybe just do a different spin on it. Yeah. So it's now the more you do, the more you've got someone else that's now got more material to borrow off of you, and that's how it's become so crowded. I think, I don't know whether I'm just looking out for content creators, but I think if I go on my phone, I'll see a new one pretty much every day that someone's just starting up, and it's just becoming so crowded. Yeah. It's not. I mean, it's people that tell you to go live and stuff now. It's like a singer, and probably the same for comedy and things like that. Like, go live. Oh, you got an hour in the day to do it. It's like, I ain't, for one. Yes. And like, I just sort of, I feel like there's this empty screen looking at me, just me looking back, and I think,
I know you can get a comment here and there or whatever. I mean, yours would be 10 times more than what mine's ever been because I'm trying to get that live on the go.
Yes.
But I hate it. I can't stand it.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I was brought up doing all the gigs and stuff in pubs and clubs with real people, you know? Yeah. And then all of a sudden you're like, this is your audience now. And it's like...
You're just seeing numbers.
Yeah. It's not enough to spur me on really with that because I'm not massively active on social media because I don't think there's that subtle, like, there's not, like, when you do a gig and you have good and that, there's nothing that matches that.
No.
You're not just on there for the fame or just wanting to get likes and people. That ain't for me. That ain't what a reason I got into. Like I said, I never grew up at school wanting to be a TikToker. No. So it's just like, it's just not a thing. So, yeah, I've had that. Why don't you go live? Why don't you do this? And, yeah, I don't know how. When I look at stand-up comedy without a crowd there, and doing that live, I mean, that's massive. That's huge to try and make that. Yeah, I don't know if you'd be talking too much. If you wouldn't know if there's, because when you do stand up, there's a laugh, you do a pause, you keep yourself, then you go into the next bit. You could just be reeling it off, and people are laughing, and then miss the next bit you just said on the camera. So it's just sort of like, yeah, it could work the way that like the world's going. It wouldn't be surprising if that is now remotely. There might be even something out there now that is just like social media is like just live stand-up comedy. I bet there's probably something out there that you can do that now. So yeah, that would be. Like I say, same as you use like going to live. It ain't enough for me to do it. I know they said, you can make money. It don't fit with me though.
No.
So yeah, I can't do it then. Really, they're saying, you can. You should do it. You can do it. Well, I can't really because it ain't me.
Yeah.
So there's no point suggesting it to me, really.
No.
Yeah.
So off the back of that, where do you see the industry evolving to?
What in like TikTok and stuff like that?
Yeah.
In comedy, in
comedy,
I don't know. I think comedy's like you said. You mentioned Little Britain there and stuff like that. That sitcoms were on the telly and stuff like that. It's died now. That doesn't happen. There's no sitcoms. There's nothing on the telly. So, of years ago, you'd have maybe a stand-up comic, then get into something on TV, and be getting like a sitcom and stuff like that. That was sort of like the old traditional way, isn't it? So for comedy wise, I don't know if it's sort of what's popular. It's sort of like crime documentaries and sort of real life documentaries. There's sort of like sitcoms and jokes. It's sort of no one wants to make one. No one wants to put one on telly sort of thing. So yeah, I don't know. Hopefully it should change. It should do a full circle. It should hopefully come. But I feel like, TV's stopped making comedy.
Yeah. Would you ever try to create something like that yourself? Like get a group of comedians and...
Yeah, I wanted to write because obviously just through my life, it's being on the construction sites. That I wanted to make a construction site sort of comedy, like sitcom sort of thing, but have it like a mockumentary, sort of film like The Office and stuff, and sort of just filming like, sort of that industry, because it is a massive industry. The construction is huge. It is massive, but there is nothing to represent it much.
Yeah.
And you look at there is nothing on the telly that's ever sort of done that sort of field. So I've always thought that would be such a great, but then
that would be sick.
Yeah, it would be good.
The characters as well.
Because the people I've met through life, it's just liars, and you think you expect me to believe some of that. Like some guy was an agency guy. He came on the site and he was agency chipping, and I sort of knew him from years ago. He'd been on the job and he'd been away, and I said, "Oh, how you been?" He went, "Yeah, I've been working in Afghan." And I looked at him and no, you haven't. And he was just sort of saying, yeah. He goes, I'm in the military and all that. I looked at him and thought, you're hitting 60. Yeah. You walk like a fucking pigeon. He went, like that. Well, I was like, there's no way you're military grade. You smoke like a chimney. But it was just like, you looked at him and just think, okay, mate, we'll go with that, what you're saying.
He's a great sniper, though.
Yeah, exactly. And I just sort of couldn't believe the people you do meet. So I've loved to have done but the thing is, you've got to do is that if you did put on there, you've got to make sure it's still... people understand it, even if they've not been in the industry. Yeah. So that would be the way to, I think the hardest thing about it would be to try and make it that everyone could enjoy it. Yeah. That you don't have to be a tradie to just like it, if you know what I mean.
I used to be a still fitter. So,
right.
I did so many characters that you meet in that. I think that'd be amazing. I always thought, like just you saying on it, you can take it. I ain't going to take no artistic license. But like, I always thought, like in COVID, what was so weird is that like, we don't really care about the construction people. Let's just send them to go and work while everybody else has the time off. Yeah. It's like we were probably the healthiest people around that time. Yeah. Because you was outdoors, but you was with all these people. I mean, the walks of life that you get, like
massively,
gobbing on the floor and whatnot, and just especially around COVID. It was just like, why aren't our lives important then? So why have we got to stay here and just build these buildings that no one's going to go in anyway?
No, exactly. But
I don't know if you want to take that. You can say that.
No, but there is old walks, but like you say, like you have the real bottom. I've even met people that think they're better than you, and they're on the construction, and they're like, you're on the same level, and they're like more superior. Like, I've met people, they talk like they're politicians, and you're like, you're a bloody electrician, mate. You know what I mean? So, but they act like they're so superior, and I'd love to get like that sort of. I even know a guy, right, that was a builder, but he would leave the house in a suit, get in a car because he was that ashamed of his neighbours knowing he was a tradesman.
Shut up.
He had a car and everything. He used to go in a suit, get changed, and come back, and his neighbours would not know he did for work.
You're joking.
Yeah, that, and you just think, what industry's like that? That you could sort of that, and I went, wow, and it was almost like, poor bloke, that he's almost that ashamed of what he does or whatever. I don't know, or he's just wired weird.
Yeah.
That he left, that was the duty. He left in a tie or suit, and then when it get changed on the site and get changed differently. Yeah. So his neighbours never knew they lived next to her. And he used to apparently so, he used to park the van a couple of roads down.
Really?
Yeah, never outside the house.
I used to be so like proud of like getting all the muck on me, walking and you was on the train.
Yeah.
And like it was like people look, I've done an hard day's work.
Yeah, so I can't jazz it up, mate. This is it. You know what I mean? I can't disguise it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Blood, sweat and tears.
Yeah, it is what it is, isn't it? Yeah, so mad. So there was loads of people. Yeah, so I'd love to do something like that.
I'd love to see that.
Doing sitcoms like that. I think that'd be really funny to do something like that because, like I say, that's my own life experiences. So it'd be like not easy, but it would be like really familiar to do. So
I like it, not to be casting on your idea or anything like that.
I've snowballed in here.
Yeah, mate. Keep going. You know we got it first.
Yeah,
but like Ginger Cabby, like he would be quality for that, wouldn't he? To me, like, it's funny you say, going back a little bit to where, you know, people not breaking out of that TikTok sort of social media side of things.
Yeah.
He's one of them for me that has sort of transferred over a little bit into like, because he's been on the telly a few times and done a few bits and bobs, and he like, and you know, he's in that realm now of sort of Big John and like, people like that. I mean, he's
got a catchphrase and everything.
Yes. But I like, well, I think he'd be great on that show.
Yeah, he would be. Yeah.
But I suppose, is there an idea, is there like in your head the Rat Pack of those comedians, so to speak, coming through that you would cast for that sort of show?
What, that I know of?
That you know?
Yes. I don't even think you'd have to be a comedian. No. But there is, I've obviously working in the crew I've met loads of characters, and obviously when you go on sort of doing the stand-up comedy, you meet loads of different comedians and stuff, and you meet them type of people. So I've probably met people a few away that I could see working with together. Yeah. And sometimes if you're doing a bit of a gig, you sometimes do feel like you're a little bit rivals there. Sometimes, really? You can sometimes feel like, you know, it's
getting in the ring.
Yeah, it's a little bit not dog eat dog, but you want to be the best that night. Yeah. And you so it's like, I feel like there's that subtle, no one says it, but there's that subtle
rivalry,
jealousy. If you've done well, a bit of rivalry there, a little bit, but nothing malicious, nothing horrible. But it's sort of like there is that sort of, so you sometimes find it hard to sort of make connections on the spot on that day. Maybe if you went away from it, you'd sort of banter, but you sort of, I was going to say something like that, or there is that bit of tension, because I think a little bit, right. Not horribly, but I think there is like,
I'm the kid on the new kid.
You sort of, it's oh, you did well, brilliant. Oh, I've got to top that, I've got to go on after that, or something like that, or like, if you've just bombed and someone else is scarry, you sort of fucking hell, like,
Well, do you find that you're ever like that, or do you find that you're?
No, I think
don't cross me like that.
No, I would never be, but I get that feeling. Could be just me, but I get that feeling like it is a little bit like you're a bit reserved, or a little bit, or they might be just getting in the zone or whatever. But no, never been like that. Never been. Just not in the nature to do that. Sort of like to see anyone sort of like, want to make it a good experience, would not want any tension at all. I've never been like that. Even on sites and stuff, you said people like, if I weren't happy with something, I'd probably just get on with it. I probably would say, even though I'm pissed off about it, but I wouldn't want there to be friction really. So I'm always probably. Good energy in a way. You just want it good, nice.
Well, I mean, it's like anything, right? I mean, you like,
I had rivalries.
Yeah.
But I bet massively.
Massive rivalries.
Mate, I bet your rivalries were just second to none, wouldn't they?
Second to none, definitely.
You needed that though, do you reckon?
I needed it. I needed it to push me to the next level. Yeah, if I didn't have that, I wouldn't I wouldn't be as half as good as I was. So
yeah, it's healthy. It's not always bad, is it?
I think it's always good to go in with a thing like, I always go on stage and I think I could out-sing any of you. You know what I mean? But not to be too Liam and Noel about it. So, we're the best. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's just, where do you cross that bridge from self-confidence to arrogance?
Yeah, exactly.
It's what is that fine line? Because you've got to have self-confidence.
Yeah.
And then if you do it, it's up to whether they think it's arrogant. But yeah, you've got to have self-confidence in yourself.
Oh,
massively. Yeah.
And I think, like, for me personally as well, if there is a true talent that you see on that night, I'm like, quality.
Yeah. Wouldn't be, no, say, it's really good. Or
become mates with them, not enemies.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, totally. Yeah.
Do you see anyone up and coming that you think, all right, this is the one? Do you follow anyone that you like? I like their content.
I've seen some stuff. Oh, there's a guy on TikTok I really find really funny. His name's Mr. Lookalike.
Okay,
if you've ever seen him.
Okay.
But he's I'm not sure where he's from, but he is just the ideal look. Yeah, talking about people that you could cut, he's just phenomenally good at what he does. I find him hilarious. Yeah. He does stuff like he'll just Mr. Lookalike. He'll be a person you like working like Costa, and you have like, he really goes to extreme looks, gets himself dressed up and stuff. But he's just, his whole image, I couldn't do that. It works for me. He's really got his image. He's got his style. He's got his sort of, and he's really funny. So I'd say Mr. Lookalike is probably someone for me on TikTok that I do like looking at. Yeah, definitely.